Welcome back. Time for us to continue with more interviews here on NBC1. You're watching Good Morning Namibia. The United States Embassy and U.S. President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, are accepting applications until June 30th, 2014. PEPFAR provides grants for HIV prevention activities among youth, which will contribute to Namibia's goal of reducing new HIV infections by 50%. That's by 2016-2017. To tell us more about this type of grants and who qualifies, I'm now joined in the studio by Tanya Engelberger, that's PEPFAR Small Grant Specialist, and Megan Gurnis, the PEPFAR Communication Specialist. Good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning. We're happy to be here.
Well, Tanya, let's start with you first and foremost. Let's talk a little bit more, talk a little bit to us about the PEPFAR program, perhaps some of the work that it has done so far in the country.
Sure. Actually, Megan, I think we'll talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, we're here from the PEPFAR, which is the U.S. President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. And we actually have a worldwide presence. PEPFAR is the largest effort by any single nation to combat a single disease. So we're here working on prevention, treatment, and care. And we are working through a number of implementing agencies, as well as we have a really strong relationship with the Namibian government to be able to work on prevention and treatment and care programs.
Let's look at the type of grants that PEPFAR gives out.
Sure. So PEPFAR has two types of grants right now that we're advertising. Through the PEPFAR office, we have grants for HIV prevention with youth. So these are for non-government organizations, faith-based organizations, and learning institutes, schools. The idea is that these organizations would create groups of youth or work with existing groups of youth, whether in school or after-school activities or with out-of-school youth and communities. And they would meet on a regular basis really to create open dialogue and really discuss in depth HIV prevention messages. And these are one-year grants, but also in addition to HIV prevention discussions, they can do exciting, fun, skill-building activities. These are one-year grants, and therefore between 50 and 250,000 Namibian dollars. So that's our one type of grant. The other is through the United States Embassy. These are community development grants. These are targeted towards orphans and vulnerable children. And these are for services like health services, basic education, health and nutrition, food, income-generating activities. And these are really at the community level, working with local organizations and really getting commitment from the community, contributions from the community. Yeah.
Well, the deadline for the applications is on the 30th of this month. That's I think roughly a little over 2 weeks, isn't it? What should be the main things or the main highlights that should be included in the proposal that the applicant must send to you guys?
Sure. Well, the application you can access the full application on our website, the U.S. Embassy website. So feel free to go there, and you can download the application, which will have all of the guidelines and give anybody who's interested in applying more information. The important thing to remember for this, for the youth prevention grants, is that we want to have continual dialogue with the individual. So we're looking for, any sort of youth group or faith-based organization or school environment or sports group. We've worked with all of these groups before, and we've really invested in these partnerships to get out into the community at a grassroots level and really to be able to have this continual back and forth dialogue.
How can somebody apply? Which channels are available for application?
People can email us at namibiahivgrants@state.gov, or they can go, like Megan said, on the website and get the information there. The applications are different. If someone's interested in the HIV prevention grants, there's an application form for that. And then for the community development grants, there's a different application.
In terms of the community development grant, is that also deadline the 30th of June?
Yes, it is. And it's also a one-year program.
Okay. So it runs for complete year in terms of the financing. You've said that you kept it at 250,000. Is that for both grants?
Thanks for asking. Yeah, the community development grants are at a smaller level. Okay. They're up to 150,000 Namibian dollars.
Okay, and the one from PEPFAR is 250,000 Namibian dollars.
Right, 50 to 250,000 Namibian dollars.
$250,000. All right. In terms of this, is there a cap to the number of applications that you're going to accept? Do you have sort of a certain number that you're taking?
We have a really great advanced process to be able to select the programs that we see are deemed actually going to reach the goals that we've set and the Namibian government has outlined. And we have a selection committee that will sit down and review all of the applications, and we'll pick the ones out that really stand out as being good programs that really are best for.
So it's not necessarily because you're looking for 5 or 10 programs. It really depends on the content of the applications, you say?
Yes. So so we need to have a detailed budget, and obviously if we take a lot of $50,000 grants, $50,000 grants, we can give out more grants than if we're giving out $250,000 grants. So we're really looking at the applications we receive and really funding the best programs that are available out there.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk, before you go, let's talk about monitoring and evaluation. Obviously, in order to continue sustaining the fund, you need to make sure that you monitor and evaluate the previous grants that have been given out. How have previous recipients of these grants performed over the years?
We've been very excited with the programs that we funded before. I think we've been lucky with the organizations that we've funded. They've been good organizations with strong capacity. PEPFAR has done site visits to help support them.
So PEPFAR is really investing in strong partnerships throughout the country. So we've been really fortunate that we've been able to fund programs in the far north of the country and the far south. So we've really been doing programs that are countrywide, not just here in Windhoek. Some examples of really successful programs that we've been able to fund are the Legal Assistance Center, the Frank Fredericks Foundation. OYO is a program that we have funded in the past. So our programs that we have been interested in funding through this small grants program are really programs that are community-based and have capacity to be able to deliver continual conversation building about this really important issue of HIV/AIDS.
Well, thank you very much for making time out to join us this morning.
Thank you for having us, Ricardo. We really are happy to be here.
Tanya Engelberger, PEPFAR Small Grants Specialist, and Megan Gurnis, PEPFAR Communication Specialist, joining us in studio. Stay with us. We'll continue with more on Good Morning Namibia.